Kwan.
Okay, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai, Hashem Rakal Kodash, that honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and honors that there to the brethren and the higher by teaching the truth in all sincerity. Okay, now, you know, this topic is going to be on, you know, basically, once you come into this truth, man, you're meant to be, you know, kind of separating yourself from the world, right? And, you know, the company that you keep is supposed to change, man. You know, there's going to be people that you know from back in the world and all that kind of stuff that are not on the same page as you in terms of your beliefs. You know, and these people that you know, okay, they're no longer your true friends. Okay, the only real friends, or you know, that you got in the truth is the brotherhood. You know, because they're the ones that, you know, believe and battle for the same, you know, ideals as you do, man, according to the scriptures. Okay, these other people that are in the world, they don't have your back. Okay, they don't have your back. They're not willing to, you know, ride or die for this truth, you know, which you're a part of now. Okay, so really, they're just other people in the world, man, and you're meant to be restricting or limiting your time that you spend with these people, man, because we're not of the world anymore.
That's right.
Okay, our company is meant to be people of like-mindedness, man. Okay, in this truth, man. Okay, not that worldly spirit, man. That we left that worldly spirit. Okay, but we can search. I've chosen you out of the world.
Yep.
You can find that for me quickly. You know, because you know, like that scripture says, man, we've been chosen out of this world. We've been taken out of this world. This world being Israel. You know, because not all of our people have been called and chosen to be you know, elected in this ministry, man. Okay, it's already allotted for the elect. Now, like I said, the people that you spend time with, unless, I mean, I'm not, you know, it's not to say that you ain't gonna spend some time, like, you know, friends and family and stuff that you know you got. Whatever, you know, they're still cool with you or whatever, you know, they might know what you do, they might not know what you do, whatever the situation may be. You know, that's not to say that, you know, if there's a barbecue going on, you can't go to, you know, have a barbecue and that, but we're not part-time Israelites.
Yeah.
Okay, so what that means is, you know, we're actively in this truth, so where our mind isn't to be at is meant to be in the scriptures and what's going on around us, not hanging out every time after work or whatever with some guys in the world, man. Okay, that is not where our time is meant to be spent. Okay, our mind is meant to be on this truth, man. You're not that same person no more, man. Them ties, you know, they're not like they once was. Okay, because anybody really that's not with the truth is an enemy of Yahweh Shai. You know, and then we have to be mindful of that. Okay, because in that day, friends might not be your friends in that day. Okay, they might be looking to give you up to the authorities or whatever the case may be. You know, the only people you can really trust is the brotherhood, and even then, you know, there's going to be snakes among us, man. And so we have to be wary.
Scripture says not every brother is a brother, you know.
You know, so you know, you have to be wise. You know, in this truth, as you get older in this truth, man, you become more wise, more privy to things, and you know how to conduct yourself with certain people.
Yeah, you're willing to make more sacrifices, and that includes the people you hang around. You know, the people you might have grown up with when it comes to family events. You know, certain things that you may have in the world held close to heart, or events that you say, "Oh, I don't want to miss that because I just want to be there." You know, well, you know.
I mean, you might have a thing like, well, yeah, every Sunday, man, I'll go meet Johnny down the pub. Yeah. You know, have a few shits and deals, a few pints and that, hang out with the lads and that. But you know, that regular thing it has to stop, man. They're not your people, as you know, per se. You know.
This is John 15:19. If ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you.
Right, so the Lord has specifically chosen us out of the world, okay, to be separate, to be holy, to be different. Okay, and people out here, they don't like different. Okay, that's why, you know, this whole, you know, this whole society that we're living in is being built to amalgamate everybody, being politically correct and all this kind of shit.
Yeah.
You know, or make you believe that's the case. You know, which it ain't really, but they make you believe that we all should be one people and all this kind of stuff, even though there's segregation still in the world and all that kind of shit. But you know, they make you believe that. Okay, but the Lord is taking us out so for us not to be like these people. Okay, so you've got to change, and what you do and how you act has got to change. Okay, so yeah, you might be close to somebody in the world, but in the truth, okay, you have to distance yourself. Okay, and you know that is the only natural thing to do. If you're, I mean, unless you're trying to teach them, okay, but you know that's only going to go so far, because you're going to find out whether the guy is on it or not. You know, but you're going to start distancing yourself away, because you're going to realize that he's not like you. Okay, that's not to say you don't see each other now and again, kind of thing. You might have a beer, wherever it is, you know, but that official friendship is done.
Yeah, man, when it comes to friendships, man, you know, friendships have expiry dates, man. All right, you might find people, and that's just general in the sense of just general, man. If you got certain people, you know, you might have been cool with them, and then that, you know, that friendship expires. You don't really talk to them anymore, man. You know, Esau's got this thing called Facebook now, so everyone can try and stay in contact in vain. Just it is what it is, man. Well, how much more in this truth, man? You're gonna find that the people that you're around that ain't in this truth, they're only gonna vexate your spirit by the conversations and the things that they say.
It should do.
Or they do.
It should vex your spirit.
Can't.
You know what I mean? Unless you're talking about things completely, you know, neutral.
June bugs.
Okay, they should vex your spirit, because you know what they're doing ain't right. You know, there's certain things that they do or they say that ain't right, and it's gonna, you know, tick you off, man. Okay, at least it should do. Okay, once you're in this truth, man, because you know, when we hear unrighteousness, it's meant to vex our soul. You know, but what the brother's going into having friends and that, man. You know, a good friend is hard to find.
God.
You know, and realistically, that friend you'd only really find in the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because they don't hold themselves up to the standards of a good friend.
God. You
know, that they should do according to the scriptures. You know, and that's why, you know, if you've got a good friend, you know, it's important to you know, keep them around as opposed to, you know, flavor the month shit.
Which is,
but
there's scriptures on that, but
that's another, that's another topic.
Video.
Okay, but
I've got a scripture for you.
Okay, yeah, go and bring that.
This is Amos 3:3. Can two walk together except they be agreed?
Yep, that's right. And you're gonna find them friends in the world, you're gonna agree on very little anymore. Okay, you might be able to reminisce times, you know, you played in the same football team and, you know, won this, won that, or whatever, man. But at the end of the day, your views, you've been changed. You've been changed by these scriptures. Okay, or at least you're meant to be. You're meant to be changed by these scriptures. Okay, so your whole attitude towards things is going to be completely different. Okay, but you're going to find that you agree on very little. Okay, primarily over this truth, over this word. Okay, and so when you got someone opposed to the word, it's an opposition to you. It's an opposition to Yahweh Shai. Okay, therefore he can't be our friend, because we're friends of Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, man.
Or at least we're supposed to be if we're following, you know, his word.
Yeah, man. And really, like I was saying earlier, man, the Spirit's gonna just divide you, man. Naturally, the Spirit's just gonna divide you if the Lord's dealing with you. You're gonna find that you're just gonna catch affliction the more you try and be around people. Eventually, they're just gonna show you that you are taken out from the world, as the scripture says, man. You've been chosen out of the world, you know, and therefore you have to adhere to the instructions.
And this even
Otherwise
goes.
You go back into the world. Yeah,
this even goes to those Israelites. Let me start off with, you know, men in GMS. Okay, this goes out to you also, those who have other Israelite friends, as in from other camps. Okay, because yeah, you might believe in a lot of things similarly.
That's correct.
But there is differences in our doctrines. Okay, these people are still oppositions, man.
That's correct, man.
At the end of the day, man. So yeah, you can, you salute, Elder Apostle Hard, talks about, he sees certain brothers from other camps where, he gets a salute and that, but then he's straight out with the scriptures, man, questioning them on their doctrine. Okay, but, it's I believe, there's some of us that hold close ties to other camps and, want to be friendly with everybody, because you hear it a lot. Oh, why can't Israel just get along? Well, it ain't meant to be that way it can't be that way because we have different doctrines, and the scriptures teach you explicitly not to keep company with such people.
That's correct, man.
So this is the purpose of this video, man, just to send that out there. Whether they're in the world or they're of other groups that have slightly different doctrines. Okay, we're not meant to be keeping company with them like that, as if to say, oh, we're all friends in this thing. No, we're not.
Yeah, this ain't that spirit of the world where everything's one big gay hug. We're men, and we're, scriptures liken us unto good soldiers, man. All right, and that just tells you that we've got a job to do. All right, we've got a serious job to do, as soldiers would have. Yeah, they might have something, periods where they keep their spirit up. They might have a little bit of banter, a little bit of but that's outside of when we're doing this work. We're head down, into this work, man.
Well, you're about this word first. You're about the word first, man. You're about the truth first before anything else.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like, I thought, when it comes in this truth, I've had it with my family and that, tribulation with the family and that, they're all right now, but I don't really go see them. I might get invited to to a barbecue or whatever, and I might make an appearance. But that's as far as it goes, man. I'm not there. Oh yeah, every weekend, every other day, and doing this and doing that. That's not where I'm at, man. I'm in my house with the news channel on, laptop on, searching for things, man.
Yeah, you gotta. This is especially for you young men, man. You gotta stop living your life through the eyes of other people's opinions, and by that you're just trying to appease everybody because of the way they viewed you in the world as possibly being a somebody, or friends might have thought, yeah, you was the guy, or you was cool to hang around with.
You ain't that guy no more.
You ain't that guy no more, man.
Okay, nobody's that guy no more, man. We're giving up our lives for Yahweh Shai. Okay, so them things there are sacrifices, man.
That's right.
I mean, there's plenty of people that I've cut off along the way. I might still see them, might say hello, yeah, how's things and all this kind of shit, but I might link up maybe once now and again, but maybe. But I hardly speak to anybody outside of the brotherhood now.
Okay.
And that is where your attention should be at, man. Your brotherhood, man. You want to keep friends and stuff like that, then then look to your brotherhood, man. Because you had other brothers out there, speaking about going to see the other brothers and spending time with brothers and stuff like that. Some people don't want to do that. Okay, but some people want to continue their worldly activities, man.
Yeah.
Okay, which ain't right. Okay, you're about this truth, man. You're about the brotherhood. That's all part and parcel. Brotherhood is part of this truth. Okay, this is where your energy and attention is meant to be. Yes, you're gonna have other things to that's gonna take some of your time to do. Other things you need to do, get done. But aside from that, your energy is meant to be in the truth, in the brotherhood. Right. That is where it's supposed to be at. But bro, can you get me 2 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 14, please, up, Brother Kushar?
That's 2 Corinthians
6 and 14.
6 and 14. Okay.
Yeah.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 14. It says, oh man, say it. It says, be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers.
Right.
For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion hath light with darkness?
Right, so then basically they don't go together. Basically they don't go together.
Oil and water, man.
And like I said, you might be around certain people because or you might try and teach them or whatever, but when you see them not getting it, and you see there's a bit of a friction, it's probably time to call it a day. You know what I mean? Yahweh Shai, he spent a lot of time with publicans and sinners and all that kind of stuff to teach them, to see, if they'll latch onto the word, man. And the wicked scribes and Pharisees, man, they're cursing them out for spending time with these people, man. Okay, but the Lord never came to them, so they were worse than them.
Yeah.
But like I said, when you come to the truth, man, you need to assess the situations that you surround yourselves with, man.
Yeah, basically, I was gonna say, office. Okay, Paul and all the other, the apostles and so forth, the prophets. They was all about this ministry and spreading the message, man, and fulfilling whatever their role was within their office to do. And that didn't allow them time to stay in one place maybe, or be managing their life issues. Okay, they weren't family, what do you call it, worrying
orientated.
about family orientated. They manage their life or whatever it be.
Their affairs. It's like even now, like, I'll speak for myself personally, because I can't speak for everybody, I don't know. But like my family affairs, I'm more hands off than hands on. I deal with it from afar, kind of thing. I'm not here every day to be getting in contact with to do certain things. It's like urgent comes up, you got to deal with it. But like, what I mean, I'm mostly away, doing what I need to be doing. But that. I'm not saying that's where you have to deal with things, but that, if that's what works for you. I can't speak for every brother, so, that's just how I deal with things. But because our focus is on here, on this word, same with the apostles, back of ancient time, they didn't have time to deal with all this stuff going on. Yeah. They had the ministry to go do, so they, delegated. And dealt with it that way. So it was taken care of, just like we take care of things, but they were focusing on was the ministry, man.
And what you'll find is the tug of war, basically, in your own house. That's why it's better to just have your own property or live like your own room share or whatever is affordable for you, just so that you don't have that tug of war every day when you go home, whether you're living at your parents' house, whether you're living with your woman. Every brother's situation is different, but
it's whatever works for you, man. Whatever works for you. You could have certain family members and Most High has made them cool with you, and you got a certain amount of freedom. Maybe that's your case, whatever it is, man. It's not. I say you might have a bit of money, you can rent your own place. Some brothers don't have that money. It just depends, man. The Most High has set you up with whatever scenario or situation that He's got going for you, and you got to make it work.
Yeah.
You got to make it work, man. With no excuses, man. You need to, find the time, the space to do what you need to do, man. Elder Pastor always gets on the brothers like, hey, you got mobile phones, man. You could be doing videos anytime, anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So there's no real excuses, for your situations, man. But getting back on topic, man. We really we really deal with people of like-mindedness, man. That's where your mind should be at in the first place. Okay, and that's when other scriptures start making sense about, loving one another in like-mindedness. Those who are like-minded are those in your circle, so to speak. Okay, those that's what the command was given, to love one another. And it wasn't there to sit there and love everybody, okay, or love your enemies. That is really amongst the brotherhood, because you might have former enemies in amongst the brotherhood, man, and you might act untoward against him, and that's going off. Because you're meant to forgive him, because the Lord has forgiven him.
That's right, man. Don't let the sun go down on your wrath.
So if you hold that anger, man, you're going off, man. You're meant to forgive him. It doesn't mean you have to be that best friends. It don't mean that. It just means that you can't act,
hate in your heart.
Ill towards him, man. You can't wish ill and all that towards him, man. You need to love your brother. So you treat him just like any other, man. He's in need, you give. That kind of level, you love your brother regardless of who it is. If he's doing the work in the ministry, you gotta love that brother, man.
Sure.
But yeah, moving on. Finish that. 14 on down to 16, please. Up.
It says, and what concord hath Yahushua with Belial?
Oh, that was it, wasn't it?
Yeah, you wanted down to 16. You said.
Yeah, go on.
Or what hath he that believeth with an infidel?
So now infidel is an unbeliever. Okay, and there's plenty of them. Okay, and like I said, even the other Israelite camps, man, they don't believe in certain things, important things. Might I add, you know, in terms of like the Lord's name or the mark of the beast, or you know, wherever it may be, you know, going up.
And what agreement hath the temple of God with idols? For ye are the temple of the living power, as God hath said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their power, and they shall be my people. That's it.
Yep. Okay, go to Romans 9 verse 6 just to make that point.
This is Romans chapter 9 verse 6. It says, not as though the word of God hath taken none effect, for they are not all Israel which are of Israel.
Okay, so just because they identify themselves as an Israelite, don't make them your brother.
Yeah.
Okay. It doesn't make them your brother, man, because if they got a doctrine that's different to yours,
teaching flat Earth,
yeah,
or you know,
they're not part of the brotherhood, man.
The mark of the beast is embargo.
Christianity or whatever they want to decide it is, you know, they're not your brothers, man. They're not in this work with you, man. Okay, because they'll oppose you, man. And you see some of these demons, a lot of them are dropouts. You know, guys that have been kicked out turn into demons, like mega demons, and start teaching all kind of manners, and they're trying to persecute brothers they were once arm in arm with, man. You know, these are not brothers, man. They're opponents, man. Opposition. Okay, opposition is a wickedness, man. Okay, and yeah, you can't legitimately think, man. Yeah, I can be cool with this dude, and you know, yeah, we'll chill after this or whatever. That's not how it works, man. Okay.
So basically, you know, be spiritual, man. Using, you know, going into discernment, you know, and knowing where your time should be placed, man, and you know, knowing about your environment, man, and the people that are, you know, you can kind of look at it like a case study, man. When you see people interacting, man, you can tell these people are off, you know, and then you gotta use your mind, your nugget, and say, look, man, this is off, man. I don't want to be around these people. You've actually not just being instructed to do that, you gotta understand why, you know, and then you realize the spirit of these people is off, man.
It shouldn't be this. You shouldn't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Because if you're of a different spirit, you shouldn't really feel that comfortable around them. At the end of the day, man.
Yeah.
Because that means you're too much like them. Okay, which should be very, you know, upsetting to you if you're already about this truth, man. Okay, so if you can go with what was it? Romans 16 verse 17, please, Art.
This is Romans 16 verse 17. It says, now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offences contrary to the doctrine.
That's different. That speaks opposite to what we're speaking, or to what you're speaking, you know, going up.
The doctrine which ye have learned.
Learn from who? Our elders, our apostles. That's who taught us this truth, right?
Yeah.
A lot of you guys have learned this from the elders and the apostles, right? And are now trying to come against them, okay, with your own shit. Okay, going up.
Contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them.
Okay, so the scripture tells us to avoid them. Okay, not to hang out with them, to be with a BFFs or whatever the fuck it is. Best friends forever. You know, that's not what the scripture tells you to do, man. It tells you to avoid them, man. Okay, because they're not on your page.
Yeah, and they're only gonna, you know.
They're only gonna
what's the word, man? Navigate
infect your mind, man,
toward the wrong path, man. All right.
They're only gonna infect your mind, man, because like, you shouldn't be there in the first place. You know, like I said, it's not to say you can't say low and stuff like that. You know, we're not arseholes, man, but you know what I mean. Like, you know they're not on your page, man. Okay, we share the pages together. The brothers that are on the brotherhood share the same page, man. That is our clique, so to speak, right? That's our circle.
And guess what, man? The flip side of it is, you're gonna, you know, wickedness. We get more wickedness, man. So if you find yourself around them, you're going to be put in compromising situations. But then the opposite flip side of it is if you hang around with brothers, you know, iron sharpens iron, man. You know, you're going to trade in the fatness, which is this word, man. Brothers will be talking about certain things, man, and, you know, it helps you to stay in the spirit. It encourages you to learn, you know, and brothers will learn certain things that other brothers might have in his arsenal that he's more tied into, man. Whatever,
you know, brother sharpens brother, man.
Yeah, it could be prophecies, man. It could be history.
But that is the purpose of the brotherhood, to everyone to build each other up, man.
Yeah.
Okay, spending time with worldly people is not going to do that. It's going to dull you out. Spiritually, it's going to dull you, man. And you're going to give occasion to Satan to trip you up and try and lead you in a place you shouldn't be at, man. Yeah. Okay, which leads me on to Exodus chapter 23, verse 2. You know, I say you need to limit that contact you have with these people in the world to the minimum. You know, like I said, we all around these people, man. We all here out in the world working on doing whatever, man. We're all around these heathens, and you know, there's times, you know, things that be happening with these people, you know. But it is what it is, okay. But you gotta limit that, man, and let that type of vibration affect you, man, and start, you know, making you wander into dark paths, man. Okay. Yeah,
man. Like the scripture said, what fellowship does, you know, light have with darkness, right? At the end of the day, the darkness is, you know, you might be a young man, you got the music industry, the cars, the money, the girls. That's that darkness. But then really, it's in vain, because when you're in the light, you're like, oh, to hell with this place, man. I might like a girl, but to hell with her, man. I ain't got that. That's not what I was here for, man. I was sent down here to teach, man, to wake up our people and wait upon our Lord, like I was created to do, man. I'm under instruction. You know, I ain't got time to worry about the fanciest car, man. Worrying about them, you know, like when you're as a child, you might always want the shiny stickers, but then when you become an adult, man, it's the things that you have less of that advance you. You know, you hold on to what you have and you make it work, man. Those people out there, man, they're just a sinking ship. You know, we ain't got time for that, man. In the light, we're looking forward to what our reward from Yahweh Shai, not what this world can give us, man. And that's the opposite of the light and the darkness, man. You wanted Exodus 23 and 2. This is Exodus 23 and 2. It says, "Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment."
Alright, so like I said, you spend time with these people, you end up, you know, coming under vibration, doing shit you should not ought to do, man. You know, and you know, you're not excused from that because you should know better. Okay, so not following a multitude to do evil, man. Okay, I don't care if they say the Israelites or whatever, man. You need to stick to what you know, man.
Yeah.
Okay, for wisdom, not these guys that are not on the same level as you or not on the same page.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, this ain't about
because you're even gonna have brothers in GMS that are not on that level, don't have that level of wisdom, and still do some bullshit. Okay. Don't make the mistake with joining in onto that.
Oh, man.
Don't make the mistake of doing that, man. If you know that you shouldn't be doing that, then use your own wisdom, man. Seeking your own salvation, minute. Or let the, you know, or just say, you know, say to the brother, I don't think you should do that. Whatever. You know, and let the Lord deal with it then, because at least you put it in his conscience then, and, you know, we'll see what he does. You know? Or it might be, you know, whatever the case may be, man. Like I said, your understanding has to be there first to be able to make calls like that, you know, because as you grow in this thing, your understanding becomes a bit more fuller. Okay, it becomes a bit more fuller. So you know, you might not be so rash to make certain judgments, because a lot of young, you know, the young guys in this thing make rash judgments, man. They run their mouth a bit too quick, and they get themselves into trouble, man, because they're being over righteous or whatever, man. So you know, it takes time, man, to call good or better judgments, man, you know, in certain places, man. But like I said, if it's you're dealing with someone that's not in your circle, you know, in the brotherhood, man, you shouldn't really be around them, you know. You want something?
Yeah, quick precepts to back you up. Okay, Book of Sirach. Let me get that real quick. Book of Sirach 32. 19, I believe. This is Sirach 32:19. Do nothing without advice, and when thou hast once done, repent not. Alright? So yeah, man. If you feel like, you know, someone, don't follow someone, you know, a multitude to do evil. If a guy, you know, if you see what man's doing is contrary to what you've learned and teaching that, you better just say, look, man, you know, I'm going to seek advice and ask an older brother who's more wise and say, yo, what do you think about this and that, man?
Bro, if you don't feel comfortable, man, just play it safe. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just play it safe. There ain't nothing wrong with playing it safe, man, and seeking, you know, a righteous opinion on it. You know, but if you're worried about something, man, just play it safe, man. Just, you know, say, no, I'm gonna go home or do, you know, whatever it is. You know, there's nothing wrong with that.
Hey, there's a lot of guys that fell out because I was following one guy in their camp doing their own thing, and then guess what? All of them got taken out with that one demon.
You know, so we got there's testimonies out there, man. Examples.
Yeah.
Okay, which, you know, you meant to draw, you know, wisdom from, man. Okay, well, brother, you can get me Galatians chapter 1 and verse 8, please.
This is Galatians chapter 1 verse 8. It says, but though we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed.
Alright, so let him be accursed, man. If they're not teaching what you're teaching and you're not in one mind, okay, let them be accursed, man. Okay, there ain't nothing, you know, the scriptures don't tell you to save every Israelite, man.
Okay.
To be cool with every Israelite. Okay, this is always focusing on the elect, man. Okay, when in terms of how you deal with brothers and that, man. Okay, because we're against people who are not of the brotherhood, man. Well, we're reading it. Let them be accursed, man. You know. So, where is it? Can you get me Philippians chapter 1 verse 27, please, Art?
Philippians
1:27.
1:27. This is Philippians 1:27. Only let your conversation be as it becometh the gospel of Yahushua, that whether I come and see you or else be absent, I may hear of your affairs, that ye stand fast in one spirit, with one mind, striving together for the faith of the gospel.
Okay, in one mind. Okay, and no, that's what I said at camp. Just gone, man. There's this Muslim talking about gods, man. I said, we're all gods, man. Because yeah, but you know, he speaks about the Lord. It's three gods. No, but we're all one. Even we are one. You know, because we're all in that same mind as Yahushua, and he's the same mind as his father, man.
Yeah, we're in agreement.
We're all coming in that likeness, man. Okay, the scriptures are what connects us. Okay, and if someone's bringing something else that doesn't connect, they don't fit. The jigsaw don't fit properly, man. You know, so they can't be a part of this thing. Okay, if they're coming with something else. You know what I'm saying? So shoot that again up.
It says, it says, only let your conversation be as it becometh the gospel of Yahushua, that whether I come and see you or else be absent, Salakia, Satan, should put that flight mode, slacking. I'll read it again. Only let your conversation be as it becometh the gospel of Yahushua, that whether I come and see you or else be absent, I may hear of your affairs.
Right, so we're, you know, people are only meant to hear good things in terms of this truth, this ministry, man. They're not meant to say, oh yeah, well, that brother was doing this and you know. Apostles don't want to hear that, man. The elder brothers don't want to hear that. Your company don't want to hear that you was doing such and such, and you know you shouldn't be doing such and such for such a person and all this kind of stuff. No, we only want to hear what you're meant to be hearing, what you should be doing. Okay, that's the only thing that should be heard, man. There should be no bad talking.
Good record.
Case, you know, a case against you, man. Okay, you meant to keep that clean sheet, man. Okay, you know, you might, you know, make mistakes as you're young, man, but you know, you need to cut all that shit out. Okay, continue up.
I may hear of your affairs, that ye stand fast in one spirit.
So that's what you want to hear, man. They're out there on the highways and byways teaching the truth just like we are, or just like I am, or you know, whatever, you know, perspective you're looking from. Okay, they want to see you doing the like things of the men of the Lord, or the prophets, or the brothers out there in the highways and the hedges, man. That's what we want to hear. You know, so we can salute that brother, man. You know, he's putting the work in. He's doing these videos. You know, he's edifying. You know, that's what you want to hear. That's what you should be doing. Okay, go on up.
With one mind, striving together for the faith of the gospel.
Right, in that one mindset, man. Okay. Where was it? Okay, yeah, okay. So we'll move on to this now then. Because if you're doing all these things, right, you're gonna notice that people ain't gonna want to be around you anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
And find you weird.
Yeah, you're not compatible no more.
Yeah.
Okay, like I say, you might see each other, whatever, man, but they're not really trying to spend time with you like that. They're like, yeah, okay, what's going on? What you up to nowadays and all that kind of stuff. But they're not really trying to spend time. You ain't gonna get the phone call. You ain't gonna get the phone call.
You're not even gonna get the hail. Like.
Okay, but you know that's okay. That means you're in a good place with the Lord.
You win.
Okay, which is going to bring me to this is Luke chapter 6 verse 22. 6 and 22.
6 and 22. This is Luke 6 and 22. Blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you, and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake. Right.
So yeah. So when you get to that point, man, and people start to fucking hate you and shit, you know you're doing all right. You know, that's why it's not a crazy thing. You know, being out there on the highways and hedges, and you know, people calling us evil, man. Because what the fuck do they know? Okay, they're calling us evil, man, but they're the wicked ones. You know, we're just doing the work of the Lord. Okay, so it's not a thing. It ain't all that offensive. You know, we take that with rejoice.
Yeah.
Okay, knowing that we're doing the right thing out here, man. Okay, because the majority of these people are not with the Lord anyway, so of course they're going to be opposed. Okay, because you're not like them no more. Okay, when you're different, man, when you stand out, you know, and you come against everybody else's beliefs, man, of course they're going to hate you. That's these people's natures, man. They don't want to accept criticism. They don't want to return from what they're doing, what they believe. So, of course, they ain't gonna like you, man, or want to be around you.
Matthew 5 and 11. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you, and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely, for my sake. This guy teaching the Bible, I think he's gone crazy. That's the typical one.
Telling me I can't eat pork.
You know.
You know what I mean? They take offense.
You know,
and they don't like what the scriptures say, because it's not even what we have to say, because it's not us saying it. Okay, we're just simply reciting.
It says, rejoice and be exceeding glad. For you won. You're doing the right thing. For great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you.
Yeah, man. So it's not, persecution is not strange or alien to the prophets, man. Okay, so if you're following along that line, people don't want to be your friends, that are out there in the world, then that's all good. On a side note on that, also move with subtlety and wisdom, amongst the heathens. Okay, so even though like we're reading this, don't mean you purposely go around making enemies, man. You gotta have a bit of wisdom around you, man. Okay, when I'm at work, I'm there to do the work, that work.
Yeah, that's your job.
You know what I mean? I'm not out here to start cursing everybody out and fucking, lose my means that the Most High set for me for my daily bread. That's not what I'm there for. Okay, I'm there to earn my daily bread. That's what the Most High has sent me to work for. Okay, that's the most I set that up. So that ain't the time for that. Okay, on the highways and hedges, anything goes. We're at work then, and that is our job. Okay, and throughout the week we have a job to do. So when you're not at Esau's plantation, man, you're at home doing the work, wherever that may be. What the work is, includes your studying and your reading and putting out your videos, man,
and then putting up videos
and being around the brothers. Okay, aiding and supporting and doing whatever you need to do, man. Okay, within this ministry. Okay, so like I said, as you grow older in this thing, you become more, you gain more understanding, you become more wise, man, and you know things you should be doing or shouldn't be doing, or you should know. So so I haven't got any more scriptures to bring, man. But like my point is, beware of your company, man. Okay, who you got around you, who you deem to be cool with, and all this kind of stuff here. Because really, when you come in the street, man, everybody's at arm's distance. At arm's distance, so you're circumspect. Okay, and just because someone deems to be an Israelite, I don't mean shit. Okay, what really matters is this doctrine, first and foremost, man. If they ain't in that same mindset as you, man, then you go watch that nigga. Yeah. You gotta watch them, man. Okay, be smart. Be smart about it. Okay, don't get caught out doing shit you shouldn't be doing and saying things you shouldn't be saying. So with that, I'm gonna say Shalom. Nothing else to say?
Yeah, no.
Okay, so all praise Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Rakak, double honors to the elders, the apostles of GMS, and honors out there to the brethren on the highest bodies that teaching the truth and the sincerity, man. Keep it pushing, man. We want us out of here. Hey, till next time, Shalom.
Shalom.